Hey guys, Hayden here with my kind of discussion video on Nintendo's presence at the second day of E3. So Nintendo showed off quite a bit of stuff today, actually. A bunch of different games. Yesterday was all about Zelda and Pokemon, mostly Zelda, but they showed up a bunch of other stuff today. So I kind of want to go through the stuff, at least that I care about, um, and just give my thoughts on it. So first up, I've got some notes here. They started off with Pokemon Go. Um, I want to care about this game. I really do because it's a really cool idea, being able to go around in the real world and hunt down Pokemon and catch them. Not hunt them down, but just catch them and like trade them and whatnot. And we learned a few more details about it. I'm still not sold on the game. We learned that this was actually kind of a slip by Miyamoto. I don't think he wanted to release this information, but it's coming out at the end of July, so it's free to play. But the Pokemon Go Plus, the little Pokeball map location thingamabobber, that thing is 34.99, which is like I don't want that. Like I didn't even really want it in the first place, but now it's 34.99. Like it's cool. Yeah, you can play Pokemon Go without even having to look at your phone. So say if you're going for a run or something, it's cool then. But I don't know. It's not something I'm really gonna buy. I'll try out the game if it's free to play, but who knows? But what's cool about it is that they do eventually want to implement all of the Pokemon. So they're starting out with the original Kanto Pokemon, but they want to implement all of them as the game goes on. So like as time goes on, they'll add more Pokemon, a la free DLC kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. But they also said that trading is definitely going to be in the game, but they're not putting it in right away because they want people to focus on just catching the Pokemon at first. Which I get that, but don't leave trading too far off because like I'd say maybe release it like no later than a week after the game comes out because people are gonna want to start collecting them all like right away. Like people are gonna there's gonna be people like hardcore into this that are gonna be devoting their life to catching all these Pokemon. But overall, I'm still not sold on Pokemon Go, but we did learn a few new cool details about the game. Next up, I want to talk about Box Boy. Now, Box Boy, I never actually played it. I want to though now, especially now that it's on sale for like $3, I think, on the eShop. But that's looking really cool. Definitely a really cool looking puzzle game. I'm loving the indie games lately. I just downloaded Fast Racing Neo and Shantae, not the Pirate's Curse, Risky's Revenge. I downloaded that and I've been playing that, and it's pretty cool. Um, but it's just another indie game that looks really cool. There's some really awesome costumes. I saw that there's a cat costume in there, and they said that the costumes can actually be brought over from the first game. I've been kind of tuning in and out of the Treehouse session, but then there's also the fact that some of the costumes have effects in the game, and they're not just an aesthetic thing. So the Box Boy, it's looking kind of cool. So who knows? Maybe I'll give it a try. Mario Party. Now, this is weird because we got some news on the new Mario Party game that got announced yesterday. So, apparently, the reason that they want you to be able to roll, or I guess what, from my understanding, is that you're able to roll, everyone's able to roll at the same time. So, that's kind of not what a board game is all about. Like, no one really had a problem with waiting in Mario Party. I mean, people were fine with it being a rather longer game. And then they put the car in the game, like the car mechanic in Mario Party 10, to get rid of the waiting, but it didn't really work that way. And then now it's just really confusing. I'm really confused with what they're doing with the Mario Party series. And then you can only play as the Toads? Like, you can collect the other characters as like assistants or something, but you can only play as the Toads? Like, what? Like, I don't understand what's going on with that Mario Party game. Definitely not gonna buy it, especially because I guess there's no online with the game either. So I don't know. It's just a really messy looking game in my opinion. Um, Next up, let's talk about Paper Mario. No, before we get to Paper Mario, fuck that. Before we get to Paper Mario, I want to talk about a few new tidbits that came out about Zelda. So the Zelda stream is still going on right now. I wanted to get this up before it went a little too late. Um, but there's few cool little tidbits that came out about Zelda, either late last night or throughout the day today. So first of all, Ayanuma has reiterated that voice acting will play a part in the game. He hasn't said to what extent, but we saw that kind of creepy like voice at the beginning, like "Wake up, Link." So that was really cool. And then he said that voice acting will continue to go on through the game. We just don't know to what extent because we have seen Link interact with at least one NPC, at least that one near the beginning of the game near the campfire. Um, but we don't really know how much voice acting is going to be in the game. I'm hoping a fair amount because I think the voice acting with that one girl there, I think that was actually pretty well done. So like it wasn't like corny voice acting. So another thing that came out that really intrigues me is that you can go straight to the final boss as soon as you start the game up. Like you don't have to do any of the story, any of the exploration. You can go straight to the final boss. Now, whether you can actually beat this boss, or at least you definitely won't be able to beat this boss easily, like first time through. Like there's definitely going to be like strategies and whatnot. But it's just very interesting. Like it's probably going to be an easier fight if you find certain items throughout the game, and once you have like more hearts and whatnot. But that's just a really interesting idea. Now, okay, now let's get to Paper Mario because I have a lot to say on this game. So, for the record, the only Paper Mario game I have played is Paper Mario 64, the original. I want to play the Thousand Year Door, and I've seen a lot of footage of Sticker Star, and I've seen a lot of reviews for it, and I can definitely understand where people are coming from with Sticker Star being a crappy game. I think a lot of people can agree on that. But I kind of want to give my thoughts on what we've seen with Color Splash so far. So when they first showed it up in the Nintendo Direct a little while ago, all I got was Sticker Star vibes, from what I can tell of what Sticker Star is. This game, I don't know, Color Splash, it looks very patently average. Like the graphics, oh my god, the graphics look amazing. Like it is truly an HD Paper Mario game. Like it looks like there's like cardboard everywhere. Like, they've just gone all out with the whole craft mechanic of Paper Mario. So I'm really liking how the game looks visually. That's about it though. Everything else is just looking very average. Like let's talk about the hammer for a minute. So apparently with the hammer, you can either use a regular hammer or you can use a color hammer with two different buttons. And apparently, like after you beat enemies, instead of gaining experience points, you gain hammer points or something. Like you can level up your hammer and it can do different things. So we don't really know what it can do yet, but I actually know. I think you can level up how much paint you can carry, but we don't really know anything else about those hammer points. So I don't know. I really liked how the original Paper Mario handled the RPG mechanic. It was very different. So who knows? This could turn out to be all right, but so far it's not looking that convincing. Um, so you have to manage your paint both in battle and out of battle. So you paint your cards and then you use them, but you have to paint them a certain amount depending on how much damage you want to do. So we saw like a jump card, you could put a little bit of paint on it, or you could put a lot of paint on it depending on how much damage you wanted to do. Like if you're fighting a weak enemy, you want to save your paint, so you don't want to use that much paint on the card because maybe you'll need it later on for a puzzle or a boss or something. So that's kind of an interesting way. That's kind of an interesting mechanic that you have to manage your paint both in and out of battle. Um, but there's also tactics with the cards, so you can like skip over certain enemies in battle. I don't really know how that part works, but like you can decide which cards go when in the battle. You can decide to use a certain one card first over another card. Like I don't know, but it's definitely different what they're doing with the battle system. How it's very much so a puzzle to win a battle, but I'm sure you could just a mash your way through the battles and you'd be totally fine. But that's really interesting. Now, what I'm really liking though about the cards, the battle cards, is that there are some really excuse me. My God, I just had my supper, guys. But I'm really oh my God. I'm really liking the animations with some of the thing cards. Now, I understand the thing cards were a big gripe that people had with Sticker Star. I can see why. But the animations with them are really cool. Like the big fan in the background that we saw in the trailer a little while ago. But then there's also the fact there was like a big fire hydrant one. Like everything just looks really beautiful, and the thing cards definitely look awesome. And you can even use them in puzzle solving elements. Like we saw, like there's a toad like stranded out in the water, so you have to use the fan to like bring him back in. But then there's also the fact that like you can shoot like there was like a cannon shooting mini game. There was like you could like go fishing on a dragon or something. Which by the way, that dragon looks really dumb. Like which brings me to another point. There are no original characters in this game, and they even talked about that in the interview that Game Explain had. They're focusing on pretty much just Mushroom Kingdom characters, which is really a shame because I really liked a lot of the original characters in Paper Mario. especially the companions. The companions really made that game, especially using them in different ways, like to interact with the world, like how you had Bombette to blow up walls, or you could use Sushi the fish to like swim around. So I don't know. I thought that was a really cool idea with Paper Mario, and I guess the Thousand Year Door has the companion mechanic as well, but it doesn't seem like it's in this game. However, there are some unique abilities that you can use. For example, we saw like a new cutout ability, so you could like cut out like pages of like the environment, or like cut out like sections of the environment, and you can find secrets. And we saw actually a hidden Luigi. So it's kind of a shame that Luigi isn't in the game, at least that we know of, in a more prominent fashion. But he's in the game nonetheless. But it is kind of a shame that he's been delegated to Secret Luigi again. Because a lot of people like Luigi, myself included. He's one of my favorite Mario characters. What do we got to talk about next? No companions. Um, oh man, there's just I don't know. I mean the game looks like it could be a decent action adventure game, but it doesn't look like it could be a magical RPG like the original two Paper Mario games were. Like there's some cool ideas here, don't get me wrong, and I want to like it, but I'm just not sold on it. There's a lot of other games that I would much rather spend my money on and spend my time on. Um, uh, I don't know, man. I do have a few more points I want to talk about. So first of all, or not first of all, but next, the humor in this game. The humor is actually looking like it's pretty well written. We saw like the paint can made a remark like, "Was that a green Mario cosplayer?" So that was kind of funny. Um, what else did we see? The pedal stool or whatever that Morton had, the Koopa. It was kind of punny, or I think that was the part I was thinking of. But I don't know. The writing just seems to be really well done, which is something that the Paper Mario franchise has always had. Now, here's a really disappointing thing. So in the Game Explain interview, I know my thoughts are all over the place, but I have a lot to talk about. In the Game Explain interview, they asked about the RPG mechanics of the original two Paper Mario games. Like, where the hell have they gone? Like, why aren't they implemented anymore? And their answer for that was that they have the Mario and Luigi series now, and it's kind of replaced Paper Mario as the Mario RPG, and Paper Mario from now on is an action adventure game, which is like if this was a good action adventure game, I wouldn't be as disappointed, but it's just not looking like it's that fleshed out and that like deep. It doesn't look like it's that much like I don't feel like I want to go out of my way to find all this stuff. Who knows? Maybe my opinion will be convinced as we see more footage, but right now I'm not really digging it. Um, what else do we got here going on? Um, no, I think that's pretty much it, other than the fact that so what the game explained, they also asked like how long is this game, how big is this game, and the I guess it was the director that they were talking to, and she was I don't know if it's the director or not, but that's what I thought it was. She kind of wasn't sure about how long the game was. She said maybe 30 hours if you rushed through it, and if that's true, that's a big game because there'd be probably a lot of side content that you'd want to go for, but she also didn't really seem very sure in her answer. So who knows? Who knows how big this game actually is? It is a Wii U game, so I am expecting it to be pretty long. The original Paper Mario took me about 20 hours or so, and I didn't complete some of the side stuff. So I don't know. The game, it's not really looking that amazing to me. There were some other things shown off, like Monster Hunter. There was Dragon Quest, but there is one other game I want to talk about, and that is and oh my God, I forget the name. Oasis End Oasis. Oh my God, I feel so bad that I forgot about the name of that game because I actually think it looks kind of cool. Um, it's a very big, it's a mixture of adventure and RPG and puzzling and action, and it looks like it's coming together really well. It looks like there's a lot of passion behind this game, and there's a lot of really cool detail. Like I really like the design of this game. I really like the art style. And yeah, I guess you can like build your own like town or whatever, and then you can recruit people to come into dungeons with you to solve puzzles. I don't know. We didn't really learn that much about I mean, I didn't watch the treehouse part of it. I just watched the trailer. But overall, it looked like something I want to keep my eyes on. Definitely some cool stuff going on there. Um, and it's nice to see new IPs from Nintendo beyond Splatoon. I mean, we've had a lot of new IPs from Nintendo lately, if you think about it, like Codename Steam, but well, not that many, but we've seen some. But none of them have really caught on like Splatoon has, and hopefully this is one that maybe catches on. I'm thinking it's going to be kind of in the same sort of tier as Codename Steam, but who knows? Who knows? So overall, an average day for Nintendo, I'd say, with the games that they showed off. There were some that I didn't talk about because I just didn't really care. Again, like Dragon Quest, Monster Hunter. Um, what else did we see? There was, I think there was Rhythm Heaven that they showed. Um, so overall, again, a patently average day for Nintendo. Some decent stuff to see in there, but overall, Zelda is where I'm the most hyped. So let me know what you guys thought about today from Nintendo in the comments below. Get talking. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more awesome Nintendo stuff. So yeah, peace out, guys. Bye.